Good morning all of you. Welcome back to course SQL. So our today's topic is important queries in SQL. So in the last video we discussed about two important queries. First is how to find nth largest salary of an employee and how to find nth smallest salary of an employee. So that we have discussed in the previous video. Now in this video we are going to discuss about more important queries that can be asked in your interviews. So here my first query is finding the maximum salary without using max. So in the previous videos we have seen how to find a maximum salary. Generally if somebody asks me that find the highest salary of an employee, then suddenly one thing comes to my mind that I should use max function. So simply I can write select max of sal from employee, which returns the maximum salary of an employee. But in that case question can be twisted. So in that case they will ask you the question like that: you have to find the maximum salary of an employee but without using max function. Max has an aggregate function. You don't have to use aggregate function max in order to find the maximum salary. So in that case how can you write a query? So simple thing is that in that case you will use a all clause. If you remember, we discussed about the all clause. So what is the use of all clause? All clause will return the rows from the sub query if conditions are met. That means all clause can be used to replace multiple and condition. So in that case you are going to use the all clause. So here also we are going to use all clause in order to find maximum salary without using max function. So see here how I have written this query: select sal from employee where salary is greater than equals to all, and in the subquery what is given? Select salary from employee. So first of all inner query will be executed which returns the salary of all employee, okay, and then we are comparing that in the outer query my salary should be greater than equals to all the salary which is written by my inner query, greater than equals to. So that is again important. So if you execute this query you can get a maximum salary of an employee without using aggregate function max. Don't worry about this, we'll see the execution of this query in the live SQL itself. So just here understand the theoretical concept, then we'll discuss in practical in live SQL. Then next one is how to remove duplicate rows from the table. Because before this we discuss about one clause. If you remember, we discuss about the distinct clause. So what is the use of distinct clause? Distinct clause is used to remove the duplicate values from temporarily from the result that we have obtained after firing the query on the table. Means distinct clause is not able to delete the duplicate values from the table. So in that case distinct clause help us to remove the duplicate value from the result that we have extracted from our table. But suppose permanently we want to delete the duplicate values from the table, then what should we use? So this is what a problem statement, how you can remove the duplicate rows from the table. So for simplicity here I just created one table sample which is having two attributes, employee ID and the employee name. Here you can see employee ID is 1, employee name is A, then again employee ID is 2, employee name is A. So in this case that name can be changed, employee name is A, B, C, D, E, F, like that. Like that way these names are there. Wait a minute, I will change it. That name can be anything, A, B, C, D, like that. Okay. Now here you can see that I have created one sample table which is having two attributes. One is the employee ID and second is the employee name. So in that case you can see that employee ID is 1, employee name is A, employee ID is 2, name is B. Again that employee ID 2 is repeated, the name is C. Similarly employee ID 3 is repeated for thrice. So in this particular sample table there is a duplication of a employee ID. So that we want to remove. We need to remove this duplication permanently from the table. So how can we do this? So for that we will write a simple query. You already know that if you want to delete a particular value or particular row, we are going to make use of a delete clause or delete delete clause we can use. So how can we write a query? Delete from sample where row ID not in subquery what I have written, select minimum of row ID from sample group by ID. Okay, so first of all your inner query will be executed. So try to understand the inner query. Here what I am going to use row ID. If you remember what is a row ID, row ID is nothing but a it is a column. Okay, row ID is a pseudo column which is attached with the every row of the table. Row ID will represent unique ID that is given to every row of the table. So row ID is unique in nature, and it is a unique number that is given to every row of the table. So in that case what we have done, select minimum of row ID from sample group by EID. So in this case you find there are three groups are there. Okay, first group is based on ID1, second group is based on ID2, and third group is based on ID3. So there are three groups are there. So in that case what I am doing, selecting the minimum of row ID. I don't know whether this second row having a minimum row ID or third row is having minimum ID. So out of these two, one should be a minimum row ID, so that I will return. Okay, for every group. So in this case there is no problem. In case of employee ID1 only one row is there, there is no duplication. So in that case only one row ID is there, so there is no problem. Okay, but in case of second group what we have these two. In this case there are two rows are there, so out of these two it will return the row ID of a particular row which is whose row ID is minimum. Similarly in the third group we have three row. Out of this three row it will return the row ID of that row which is having a minimum value. So first of all inner query will be executed. Select the minimum of row ID from sample group by EID, so it will return the row ID. Then in the outer query what we have seen, delete from sample where row ID is not in. So that row ID should not be the part of this. So in the outer query what we are doing, we are checking the row ID of every row, and we are deleting such a row whose ID is not present in the inner query. So in this case inner query will return which row? It will return this particular one value, this return this value, and this row. Okay, so it will return only the three value. Select of minimum of row ID will return three value, one for ID1, second for ID2, and third for ID3. That means for example out of these two, for example minimum row ID is this, so it will return this. Okay, so in this case it will return 1, out of this 3 it will return 1. So in this case what I have written, I am not written I make use of in clause. So delete from sample where row ID is not in. Okay, row ID is not in. So finally I will get output where only 3 rows are left in my table. Don't worry about this, I will show the execution in the live SQL itself. Then the final query, the third query is what? Report generation. So I think we discuss about the decode and case. These are the two clauses that we have discussed which is used for report generation. Now in this case my problem statement is very simple. I need to generate a report like this. So here you can see I need to generate a report department wise. Here I have given the department number 10, 20, 30. For each department I want to get the sum of salary for particular post. In this case I consider 3 posts: manager, clerk, and analyst. So my problem statement is simple. I want department wise bifurcation of total salary paid to this particular job. What are the 3 jobs? One is a manager, second one is a clerk, and third one is a analyst. So that kind of output is expected from me. So how to do this? So simple query I can write by make use of this particular decode. So select department number comma sum. So if you remember the syntax of decode, so in this case we need to provide the values. If job equals to manager, then it returns the salary, means it will add the salary of all manager who belongs to department number 10, because in this case we are grouping it based on what? Department number. Select department number from employee, group by department number. That means we are grouping all these row based on the group number, because this is a group expression, this is also considered as a group expression. So in this case what we are saying, suppose job equals to manager, then it will return the salary. Again it will check for another row. If again job equals to manager, then it return the salaries. So in this case I'm using sum aggregate function. What is the use of sum aggregate function? It will add the salary, okay, and I'm giving the alias as a manager. So this is what a sum of salary of all employee who is designated as a manager in department number 10. Similarly for clerk, and similarly third will be there for analyst. Just wait for 1 minute. Here one row is missing, that is decode statement for analyst. Okay, now you can see over here in this case I have written 3 decode statement. One is for manager, second is for clerk, and third is for analyst. Suppose job equals to manager, then it returns the salary, so it will add. So 2450 is addition of salary of all employee whose designation is manager. Similarly it works for clerk and for analyst. So in this case analyst field is null. Why is it so? Because in department number 10 no employee designated as a analyst. Same thing is for department number 30 also. There is no analyst present in department number 30. That's why that value is kept as a null. So this kind of report I want to generate. So for that purpose this query I written: select department number, comma, sum of decode, job equals to manager, then salary. I am giving alias as a manager. Similarly for clerk and similar for analyst. From which table? Employee table. I want to group them based on department number, and again finally I applied order by clause so as to arrange this data according to department number. So this is how you can generate a report with the help of decode statement. Okay, so I hope you understand these 3. Now let's execute all this with the help of LiveSQL. Okay, now let's see the execution of this query. First of all we'll execute a query to find the maximum salary without using max function. Now see here, I already explained this query. Now I try to execute this query. Select sal from employee where salary is greater than equals to all. Select sal from employee. So I just execute it. So I will check whether it give me a maximum salary or not. So maximum salary is 5000. So let me check whether its value is correct or not by using the simple query: select salary from employee, order by sal DSC. It display the list of salary. It display the all salary in the descending order. Okay, so yes, 5000 is a correct answer. Okay, so in this way we got the salary of a employee, highest salary of an employee without using max function. See, in this case it is important to use this equals to. Suppose you are not using this equals to, you will not get any kind of output. The reason is very simple, I will tell you. Let's check output of this. So here you can see I got the result as a no data found. Why is it so? Because I know that in the employee table a number of rows are there. So in this case what you are doing, you are comparing. So we know that 5000 is a maximum salary. So in the outer query, suppose the value of salary is 5000 and the inner query also value is 5000. So whether 5000 is greater than 5000? No. So every time the condition get false, so that you will not get any kind of output. That's why in this case equals to sign is important. So equals to means 5000 is greater than equals to all. Okay, then condition is satisfied and you are getting the output as a 5000. So this is what finding the maximum salary without using max function. Okay, next one is I have just created one sample table. I just told you about this. I have created a sample table with 2 attributes, employee ID and the employee name, and I have inserted rows into that table. Let's see the content of the sample table over here. I will show you the content of sample table. So in this case total 6 rows are there. Okay, here you can find, so there is a duplicate. There are 2 duplicate rows for employee ID 2 and 3 duplicate rows for employee ID 3. Now we want to remove 1 row from this particular group and 2 rows from this. Means at the end I want total so in this case what we want to do, we need to delete 3 rows from the table, 3 rows from the sample table. So just try to execute this query so that you will come to know that so I have just shown you the content of the sample table. So it consists of total 6 rows, and in final output I want to remove these 3 rows. Why? The reason is very simple. I need to remove the duplicate rows. So one duplicate row is for employee ID 2 and two duplicate rows for employee ID 2 that I want to remove permanently from my table. So that I can do with the help of this query. So let's execute this query so that you will understand what kind of output you are getting. So what I written over here, delete from sample where row ID not in. So first of all, inner query will be executed, and in that case it will return the row ID. So what is row ID? Row ID is nothing but a unique number that is being assigned to every row of the table. Okay, so first of all just execute this. I already explained about this. Okay, so I execute it. So 3 rows are deleted. Now again check the content of the sample table and let's check whether duplicate rows from the sample table gets deleted or not. So yes, you can see over here in my sample table only 3 rows are there. So here you can see one duplicate row with the employee ID 2 gets deleted and 2 rows for employee ID 3 gets deleted. Means total 3 rows get deleted from sample table, 1 for employee ID 2 and 2 for employee ID 3. So in this way we have just deleted duplicate rows from the table with the help of row ID pseudo column. Okay, pseudo column means actually that column is not physical part of this table, but still that exists. Okay, initially you can see that here I have shown the content of sample table, but here row ID is not being displayed, but this is a pseudo column which is attached to every table of the database. Okay, so this is what execution of the second query where we have removed the duplicate rows from the table. Now the execution of third query. So in that case I told you how to generate a report with the help of decode and case. So here I have just shown you what kind of output I required. So finally I just execute this query so that I will show you how report can be generated over here. So I just click on run. Now here you can see that it will display the data department wise. So what you understand from this? So simple thing is there, department number is 10 and manager 2450. So what is that 2450? 2450 is nothing but a sum of salary of all employee whose designation is manager and they belongs to department number 10. Similarly for clerk some value is there, that is 1300, and in case of analyst the value is kept as a blank. What is the reason? The reason is simple. In department number 10 no employee is having designation as a analyst, that's why this field kept as a null. Similarly for department number 20 these values are there. In the department number 20 some employees are there who is designated as a analyst, and similarly in department number 30 there is no analyst, that's why their field is kept as a null. So in this way we have generated a report by using decode statement. So here you can see the query, simple query I have written over here. Select department number comma sum, that is aggregate function. Here I use a decode clause, okay, which help us to implement if else logic. So logic is very simple. If the job equals to manager, then you have to return the salary, and that salary gets added because here we are using the aggregate function as a sum. And finally I am using alias as a manager, and alias is nothing but a temporary name that you are going to assign to the result that you have obtained. And then I use group by clause because I need to group this all the row based on the department number. I am interested in getting the value department wise. And finally I use the order by clause. I am ordering this all the row with respect to department number. Suppose I am not using order by clause, maybe the case that department number 30 is displayed first, then 10, then 20. So but I want this all department number to be displayed in a specific order, and that order is what? A ascending order. So that's why I use order by clause. So I hope you understand these important queries that we have discussed in this lecture. Thank you.